sure. Walk us through that a little bit. Is
Uh,
that your new motto?
no, over winter break I was working out with. I was over at Bauer's facility, so got to train over there, and Eric Sims over there, the big YouTube guy, and I think he's really funny. But I mean, he was a good dude. He let me hop in, hit with him whenever, and we'd hang out all the time. So he'd toss me some shirts, and told him I'd wear it, so it worked out.
Ethan, last year, obviously coming off before last year, the big freshman year, took a second maybe to get out of the gate a little bit offensively. Is that just more fuel to the fire for this year? Do you have some goals, numbers-wise, for what you think you can do as a power hitter this year?
Yeah, of course. I set goals every year, personal goals, team goals, everything like that. Last year was tough. Pretty much was hurt the whole year and just battled through what I could. But, yeah, I mean, I never want to fail, so even if I wasn't 100%, it still sucked. Still made me upset and added some more fuel to the fire for sure, but it's the main reason I wanted to come back, finish up what I started, and accomplish some of those goals that I set since high school.
We've primarily seen you over at third, but Willie was mentioning you've got some reps at first. How do you feel about making that transition over to the other side of the corner, and where you think you see yourself?
I'm comfortable with it. I mean, when I was little, I was kind of the chubby kid, so I was at first base anyway. So, I mean, I couldn't move around, so just stick me at first. So I understand all the positions I got to be at for cuts, relays, everything like that. So it was even easier for me to come back to first since I already had a little history with it. But, yeah, comfortable with it, taking reps at first, right? I mean, anywhere they need me to play, as long as I'm in the lineup, I'll do whatever.
You mentioned how excited you were in the fall to get to this point of the year. I think you're more excited this year than you've been any other year in your baseball career just because you've got a lot to prove to yourself and you're healthy again?
Yeah, I mean, this year feels different for sure. Could just be an age thing. Now I'm the old guy on the team, which I've never really been. But yeah, this year it feels special. The team really meshes well, and we all kind of have a similar goal at the end of the day. And when you have 40 guys on the team that all want the same thing, I'm not really used to that. Like, usually we have quite a bit, but this year this team feels super special, so I'm really excited to get after it with these guys.
Did you say you're back to fully 100% health?
Yeah, finally feeling good and healthy, so it's nice.
You were kind of put through the ringer last year just in terms of everything that sort of happened with the injury, right as you were getting going as well, and then kind of the cold streak to start off the season. Did you find at any point during last year yourself kind of in like a little bit of a hole? You talked in the fall about like not letting your lows get too low and your highs get too high. Was that something you kind of struggled with last year, and how do you plan on sort of figuring that out this year?
I would say somewhat, yeah. Like, this past year, I mean, even outside of baseball, I had a really hard year. My best friend passed away last year, this past fall, so that was tough. Like, even without baseball, it was hard. So, I mean, the lows were definitely low, but at the end of the day, I just remember, like, everything happens for a reason, and God has a plan for me. So once I would get to that deep ball, I'd just remember that, and then get right back up, go work out, go hit, stay on my plan, and stick with my routine. So for me, it's just everything happens for a reason, so go out and do what I need to do.
There's a lot of new pitchers on staff. I'm wondering if, having faced most of them or all of them, who's the toughest maybe to face?
I don't think I can really go out and single out a guy, because then I would probably get crap from everybody else in there. But I mean, we have a lot of dudes with a lot of really good stuff, and they're going out competing, filling up the zone. So I feel like our whole staff is pretty tough to get in there and go up against. So like I said, I can't really single out one dude, because then everybody else is going to be all upset with me, and can't really do that. But I think they're all good in their own way for sure.
What if it's like multiple?
Multiple, I'd have to go with the whole pitching staff. Easy way out for sure. But yeah, I mean, they all have a pitch or two that's just like, whoa, like, that's different. So I mean, I feel like we have a lot of depth on the mound, and there's a lot of good things that are going to come from them this year.
Being one of the few returners on this team, what have you seen from all of the new guys that you're going to add? All three of the fellow infielders are new players this year. What have you seen from them?
I've seen them work hard. I mean, I come out early, and some of these guys are already here working out. I'm like, all right, I don't understand how you beat me here. Like, it's a little weird, but I mean, yeah, we're all working. Obviously, we have the practice plan. Coaches make it hard already, but we'll come out before practice, take ground balls together, work together. So, I mean, these guys all push themselves to the limit for sure. So I'm really excited to see what they bring.
Last time we talked, you said you knew it was funny, but you were looking to kind of shed that Mr. Irrelevant role. Now it's become a little more in style to be Mr. Irrelevant from this valley. So,
Yeah.
Does that change your perspective at all, or are you still kind of looking to shed it?
I mean, I'm still looking to shed it a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I'll say Brock Purdy's kind of making me look a little better now, for sure. Yeah, it's sweet. Also, he went to Perry, which is about 15 minutes from my house, so I got to watch him in high school, and then knowing that he was Mr. Irrelevant, now he's 9-0 now, something like that. So I mean, it's making us look a little better for sure.
That's my one Niners question.
What were some of your main factors in deciding?
The main one for me is just like, after I graduated high school, I set all these goals I wanted to achieve while I was at ASU, and there's some boxes I didn't get to check off, like I've said before, and I mean, it just wouldn't sit well with me if I was to decide to go pro ball and not check off those boxes before I got done here. So that was a big part for me, and I kind of had an understanding of, like, yeah, there was a little bit of me that was like, yeah, like, I want to play pro ball, obviously. Like, since I was 3 years old, started t-ball, that's been my dream. But I knew I didn't want to have that regret later on in life. Like, I didn't get to finish this at ASU, so I wanted to come back for sure.
Open house tomorrow, your third open house. What do you want the fans and everybody attending to walk away knowing about this team?
Knowing that we're going to grind. I mean, fall, we've made it hard. Even spring practices since we've been back, these practices aren't easy at all. But knowing that no matter what, we're not going to give up. We're going to fight until that last out and the game's over. And I mean, they should know that we're bringing something special to the table this year for sure.
And obviously you as a leader being here in your third season with the alumni coming in and everything, just establishing that culture, what do you think it does for this practically new roster, just having them around and being able to talk and stuff?
I mean, it just opened some eyes for the new guys. I think it was 12 returners from last year. Like, we knew the culture that Bloomie was setting last year, so we knew at the same time that we had to take that leadership role to instill it into everybody else. And I mean, it didn't take long. Like, I would say probably 2 weeks in, everybody was understanding how we have to go about our business, and all the new guys, we all meshed well, and it wasn't like, oh, who's this guy? Like, what's he doing in life? Like, no, we got everybody's background, we know him, so it's worked out really well.